Greetings, Mr. Holmes. I am Dr. Fu Manchu.
I was aware of that already.
Tea.
After you.
Well, after so many appearances, disappearances, here we are, Mr. Holmes.
At last, the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Good move. It does make it much easier to breathe, does it not, Mr. Holmes?
If you're referring to your cloud, I saw that coming from a mile away.
The death monarch butterfly cloud over Munich. How did you avert that impossibility from the cargo plane with the transmission radio of my face giving you final ultimatum that you somehow averted?
Elementary, my dear doctor. Elementary.
You would say that. Sam. How much fun to improv you.
That was
Two
great.
super cannons, right?
No shit, right?
Time to get to
thanks for being here.
Thank you for letting me
Yes,
be here.
of
Thank you
course.
for the fun. That was an improv, ladies and gentlemen.
It was good.
We
It was
decided
fun.
to give ourselves a holiday after playing the role for so long. I since 1990, and this gentleman for like 7 years or so.
2010 for me.
Same
so,
thing.
Yeah.
Same
shoot.
difference.
But no, man, thanks for being here. I super appreciate you being part of all of this.
Well, I always wanted to be, and I love your cast and your brother. I think he's
you.
great. How much fun all this. So we're both asking each other probably
yeah.
same things in the umbrella under the same enthusiasm. How did you start? What was the on switch for you? All of this.
A funny story. It actually came from Sherlock Holmes' love of that came from the old Jeremy Brett series that from the 1980s, the Granada series, that my parents and aunt and uncle had introduced us to. And there was something about that brotherly kinship between the two characters.
Well, you could relate to that.
Exactly.
Because it's your home life-ish.
And then there was like just that idea of having a hero who can dispel all the ghouls and goblins of the world and just tell everyone, it's fine, there's a logical explanation to this. You don't have to worry about the spiritual worlds. It's people that are shitty. And you can deal with people. And that was nice. It was comforting.
Or not. Or choose however you want to do that.
Pretty much,
you know? Yeah.
But, so you were saying that you've done this forever and a half. What kind of drew you to wanting to play these kind of classic golden age of Hollywood characters, as I saw? Because the first one I saw was the Bela Lugosi.
The Lugosi. Lugosi saved my life. I was, when I was very little... Our dear friend Joel Nichols, he'll love this. Joel, this is for hi Joel. Hi. He liked this part of the story too. Supposedly, I turned to my mother watching an old black and white television when I was like 5 or 6, and my mother was watching me, and she knew not to take me away, and I just said, "Look how he holds his cape." So anyway, all that became that. But then it became more. Since I was an only child, I didn't really have, and my dad was never really around, so I fell into the magic of the movies, and I made my little teeny room into big movie land. Because I put posters in front of posters, weighted them down with pennies, and I interreacted. I had these little created scenes with many. I had like maybe 20 or 25, and then it all turned into Famous Monsters Film on magazines. So it was fun. That's how I survived childhood, basically.
It's the escapism.
That I so needed, and here we are today. I mean, I was able to make a meager career, and all I'm about is for other people finding their passion. And I think it's a better message. I think it's no longer like, watch me, I can do the Evil Queen and Snow White. It's more like, I can do this, so you have got to do whatever your that is. And I think it opens up a much better doorway to people living in their life better.
Well, it's art inspiring art, as it were.
Yes.
So which is something I wanted to talk to you about, because up here on the mantelpiece
yes.
we have this portrait of Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes. And I just want to say, this is fun. As the beginning of how this started, it was like, as I said, it was a masterclass with you, and it was fun because I was actually, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I was drawn to it as Fu Manchu, and I had a little millisecond of a relationship with it.
Oh.
And it was fun because it was like the meeting before the actual meeting.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and then sitting down, then we did our thing. But I did that because after following you and what you've been doing, I thought it was only just to give my homage of appreciation to you pouring all of your passion into what you did and do. Would you like some tea? Let's have some real tea, shall we? Mm-hmm. Here's to you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
So you win that.
Hey, no, this actually is a super great prize for me, because this is my first piece of fan art that I ever got for anything that I've done. So, like, when you...
So it worked.
Exactly. When you had asked, you were talking about, like, is there any, like, picture of Sherlock Holmes? And I sent you a couple of them, and then you came up with Holmes. Funny enough, that is a drawing of the final shot of Holmes in the final problem.
Interesting.
When he is... It's Watson's kind of, like, apparition in his mind of basically saying goodbye to his friend after he's dead. And, like, it's beautiful. And I love what you've done with it. It looks great.
Well, thank you.
So... earlier you were talking about that this saved your childhood. This was your childhood, was the magic of the movies. What would you say to people who want to follow their dreams in either movies or any other kind of art form?
This is a great question. When I did My Own Space, there was a moment that basically it was pretty much unrehearsed. And there's a moment where I just stop and do that Judy Garland hitting the trunk and saying, you, get yourself the stuff out of your way and put yourself, the stuff you love, in your way, and collect stamps, do that model, do something stupid that someone said to you that was so dumb. It's them that was dumb. What you got to do for you is what you got to do. I would say to you, follow your life song. Do it. Be both your background singer and your star. And who gives a hoot galoot? And you know what? You'll be happier, and you'll love what you do more, and it will love you back.
Dude, that's words of wisdom. Like, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Well, as we're wrapping up, let's go ahead and do the shameless plug-in. You first, man.
Plug-in for, the movie?
Plug-in for you, and then I'll plug for me.
So, Man of 1,001 Faces comes out May by Jermaine Thompson. It's a Taisha Studio digital movie. It's a very long title. Let's just say filmed by Jermaine Thomas. And it's called Man of 1,001 Faces. And it's a documentary about me. And it's very, very humbling, very surprising. And again, it's about that, basically that sort of message. In a world of no, I found my yes.
That's beautiful. And definitely check out the Tady Brothers Productions Sherlock Holmes series on YouTube. Search Tady Brothers Productions. And check us out on Instagram, both myself and Michael. And also Facebook, because we post a lot of stuff. And hopefully that gets clicks on our things. So,
gone.
Well, thanks a lot for being here, man.
Thank you for letting me be here. Thank you for being you. And as Lon Chaney said on The Unholy Three, I'll send you a postal card, kid. I'll see you later.